Now, dear students, see last time we took exercise numericals of lesson number 7. Now only few numericals are left now. Okay, that will complete today first, and then we'll solve some MCQ that will help you in the competitive part. Okay, now see, next is exercise number 7.18. Now see, your sphere is allowed. Now this is a diagram. Okay, now a sphere is moving on this slope AB as well as AC one by one. Now let us say this angle is theta 1 and this angle is theta 2. Now what we are given, let us say theta 1 is greater than theta 2. Okay, what we are given, theta 1 is theta 2. See, first we have to calculate, we have to check whether the speed will be same. Or not at the bottom of the slope. Okay, that we have to check now. Now see, in the theory part, we derive equation of the velocity at the bottom of the slope. V is equal to GH, okay, under root 1 plus K by R whole square. Okay, that we have derived earlier. Okay, now see here, velocity, this is the velocity at the bottom of the slope. Okay, in this equation, nowhere theta is not present. Okay, so that's why the object is same. Okay, a solid sphere is given. Okay, first we have to check whether the velocity of the sphere at the bottom of the slope, that is, let us say B or C, will be same or not. Now this is the equation of the velocity we have derived. Okay, in the theory part. See here, the velocity do not depend on the theta. So yes, at bottom of slope, velocity will be equal. This is the first part of the question. Okay, now the second part of the question says, okay, given condition C. This was part 1. Now second part, see, let us say height of the slope is h. Okay, when it comes down from, let us say, AB or AC, whether time will be same or not. Okay, now see, it is accelerated motion. A is equal to G sin theta 1 plus K square by R. Now see, for a given object that is solid sphere, see, K upon R square will remain the same. A, G also is same. A is proportional to theta. Now see, our equation is V is equal to V naught plus AT. Okay, V0. Okay. Okay, now whichever has the more slope, see, the acceleration will be more. So here theta 1, so A1 will be equal to A2. Now whichever the more acceleration will take less time. Okay, more acceleration means less time. Why? Because see, the height of the slope remains same. Okay, so here acceleration is more. Okay, so on AC path it will take less time. Okay, AC path it will be less time. Okay, why? Because acceleration is more, naturally it will take less time. So here acceleration is more, that is T1 will be less than T2. Okay, T1 will be less than T2. So or T2 greater than T1, that we can say. Now this is about exercise sum number 7.18. Now next is exercise sum number 7.9. Okay, a disc is 7.19 is a loop of the radius. Okay, now see, the mass is given 100 kg. Okay, radius is 2 meter. Okay, now it rolls in a such way that the horizontal velocity, okay, of center of mass. See, whenever we have a rotational motion, we consider the velocity of the center of mass of the object, that is VCM is given as 20 centimeter per second. Now we have to calculate angular speed. V is equal to R omega. Omega is V by R. See, the radius is how much? 2.1 radian per second. This will be the angular velocity. Now, see, this is a ring-like object. It is given a hoop. Yes, so that we assume it is a ring. Now, for ring, moment of inertia, I is equal to mr square. Mass is 100, radius is 2, 400 kg meter square. Okay. Now, see, we have to calculate total kinetic energy. Okay, why? Here it is in terms of the rotational kinetic energy plus translational kinetic energy. Okay, that is the total energy. Okay. Rotational kinetic energy is half I omega square. Okay, now all values are known to us. See, 1 by 2 I we have obtained 400. See, omega we derive as 0.1. Now see, the mass is 100. Now velocity was given to us as 20 centimeter, that is 0.2. Okay, now if we solve this, it turns out to be 4 joule. Now see what is the work done. Okay, now see, W is equal to delta K. Okay, W is equal to delta K. See, that will be 4 joule. Okay, that will be 4 joule. So this is about exercise number 7.19. See here, mass is given, radius is given, so we have obtained the value of moment of inertia. Now from the linear velocity we have obtained angular velocity, and finally by using the equation, total energy will be in the form of rotational kinetic energy plus translational kinetic energy. See, the rotational kinetic energy is 1 by 2 I omega square, translational kinetic energy is 1 by 2 mv square. So, and by work energy theorem, the work done should be equal to change in kinetic energy. This is about exercise number 7.19. Now next is exercise number 7.20. Okay. Now see, for oxygen molecule, see, mass is 5. Okay. See, the moment of inertia. Now see, oxygen molecule. See, we know it is diatomic. Okay, so the center of mass will be along the line joining the two. So the moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center of mass is given as moment of inertia. We know it is denoted by I, 1.94 into 10 to minus 6 kg meter square. Now see, average speed, mean speed is given as 500 meter per second. Okay. Now given condition that rotational kinetic energy see 2 by 3 of now this is a given condition, what will be the angular speed? Okay. See, given condition that the rotational kinetic energy is 2 by 3 of translational kinetic energy. See, we have to calculate the angular speed. Now what is the formula of rotational kinetic energy? 1 by 2 I omega square. See, here it is 2 by 3. Translational kinetic energy is 1 by 2 mv square. Now see, this 1 by 2 will get cancelled. Okay, so omega square is mv square. 2 mv square upon 3I. Okay, now see all value we are having, mass we are having, okay, I also we are having, V also we are having. So omega, if we solve for omega 2, mass is 5.30, V is 500, 3, I is given as 1.94. Okay, now if we solve for omega, that turns out to be 6.74. Okay, so here we know oxygen is a diatomic molecule, that is O2. The moment of inertia about the axis passing through the center of mass is given, I is given, V is given. Given condition, rotational kinetic energy is 2/3 of translational kinetic energy. See, we have to calculate the angular speed. So we substitute the equation. Rotational kinetic is 1/2 I omega square. Translational kinetic energy is 1/2 mv square. So if you simplify, we will get the answer. So this is about exercise number 7.20. Now next is exercise sum number 7.21. Now see, next is exercise sum number 7.21. Now see a slope. A wooden plank is at a slope of 30 degree. Okay, see a solid cylinder. Okay, rolls down. Okay, during that the center of mass we move with the speed of 5 meters per second. Okay, now now see a solid cylinder is rolling now along a slope. The velocity at the bottom is 5 meters per second. Okay, so we have to find out the height attained and we have to calculate time. Okay, now see, we have derived the equation. Acceleration parallel to the slope is 1 plus k square by r square. Okay, now theta is given as 30 degree, sin 30 is 1/2. Now see, for a solid cylinder, k square is equal to r upon root 2. This k square is r square by 2. See, what we can use k square by r square is 1/2. Okay, so g sin theta 1 plus 1/2. G sin theta upon 3/2. See, the acceleration is 2/3 g sin theta. Okay, now we can substitute the values. Okay, that is 2/3, g is 9.8, sin 30 is 1/2. Okay, that turns out to be meter per second square. Okay, now see, our velocity at the bottom is given as 5 meters per second. So what is the distance covered? Now we know d is v square minus v0 square upon 2a. D we have to find out. Velocity is 5, v0 is 0, acceleration is that we have obtained. So the distance comes out to be 3.8. Okay, now see, we use the equation d is equal to v0 t plus half at square. v0 is 0, d is 1/2 at square. T square is 2d by a. Now all value we are having. Okay, t is equal to 2d by a. See, the distance we have obtained is 3.8. Acceleration we obtained is 3.267. Okay, so if you solve this, that times to be 1.5 seconds. Okay, now whatever time it will take to move down, similar time it will take up. So the total time will be double of this. So t we can write is 2t. Okay, that turns out to be 3. We can say 1.5 is 3 seconds roughly. Okay, so this is how we can solve exercise number 7.20. Okay, now we take some MCQ which will help us. Okay, now we start with some simpler question. Now let us say, see a mass of 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg and 4 kg. Okay, 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, 4 kg are at a distance of 1 meter each. Okay, see, we have to calculate the moment of inertia about an axis passing through M1. Okay, now see what is the formula of the moment of inertia. I is equal to mr square. See here more than one particle, so it will be m1 r1 square plus m2 r2 square, m3 r3 square plus m4. Now see here mass is 1 kg but the distance is 0. m2 is 2 kg, distance is 1. Okay, m3 is 3 kg, distance will be 1 plus 1 2. m4 is 4 kg, distance will be 1 plus 1 plus, that is 3. Okay, now if we simplify, it will be 2 into 1 square will be, this will be 0. 4 into 3 is 12. 9 4s are 36. Okay, so this is how we can calculate moment of inertia. Okay, now mass is 4 kg, distance which we have taken is 1 meter. Okay, R4 we have taken 3 meter, R3 that is we have taken 2 meter, R2 will be 1, see M1 R1 square will be 0. So this is how we can solve. Now a ring of mass 20 kg and radius 1 meter. Okay, rotate on the axis perpendicular to the plane. The angular speed changes. Omega 1 is given as 5 radian per second. Omega 2 is given as 25 radian per second. Now this change takes place in the time interval of 4 seconds. Okay, see what will be the work done. Calculate, we have to calculate torque acting and we have to calculate the work done. Now we know the formula torque is equal to I alpha. Now for ring we require moment of inertia I is equal to mr square. See mass is 20 kg, radius is 1, it will be 20 kg meter square. Now we can obtain alpha. Now see alpha is a angular acceleration we can obtain is, now see omega 1 is 5, omega 2 is 25. Now see angular acceleration is alpha we obtain is 5 radian per second square. Now see equation, this torque is equal to I alpha. I we have obtained is 20, alpha we have obtained is 5, so the torque acting is, what is the unit of torque? Torque is in Newton into meter. Okay, now see the work done by the torque. Next we have to calculate the work done by the torque. Now W is torque into theta. Just as in the linear motion we have work done is force into displacement. See the analogous equation here, it will be torque into theta. Now what is the theta? Is the angular displacement. Now torque we have obtained, theta will be omega plus into t, that is the average angular velocity. Okay, so here time is 4 seconds. Now torque we have obtained is 100 and theta is 60. Work done will be 6000 joules. Okay, so this is how we can solve. So here ring mass is given, angular velocity is given, time is given. From that we have obtained the moment of inertia. Okay, we have obtained angular displacement. Work done is torque into theta. and by using the equation we obtain torque is equal to I alpha. Okay, now see the next. See, let us say a particle velocity vector is 236. The mass of the particle is 50 unit. Okay, position vector is okay. We have to calculate angular momentum. Now see the formula. L is equal to R cross P. Now first we obtain the value of P. P is equal to mv. 50 velocity is 100, 150 and 300. Now L is equal to R cross P. I, J, K. R is how much? 4, 6, 12. Okay. Now momentum is 100, 150 and 300. Okay. Now see here. If I take 25 common, okay, that will have 4, 6 and 12 only. Or you can easily simplify I. Okay, 25 I if I take common, it will be 4, 6 and 12 only. Now when two rows of our determinants are equal, then the angular momentum is 0. Then its value is 0. Now you can solve also by property of the vector product. I caret 66 into 300 is 1800. 12 into 150 is also 1800. Minus J. See, 300 into 4 is 1200. 12 into 100 is 1200. Plus K caret 150 into 4 is 600. 6 into 100 is 600. Now you can see 1800 minus 1800 is 0. Here also 0 and here also 0. So the angular momentum of the particle is 0. Now next, so we have to see okay, see two particles of mass 100 kg and 200 kg. See their position vector are 2, 4, 6 and 3, 5, 7. Okay, we have to calculate the moment of inertia about z axis. Now if we recall our distance formula, now when we calculate moment of inertia about z axis, see we have to take z coordinate 0. Okay, so in that case r will be equal to x square plus y square. Now see our equation, I is equal to mr square. Here there are two particles, so we write I1 plus I2. Okay, it will be m1 plus m2 r2 square. Now you will m1 x1 square plus y1 square. See all values we are having. Okay, if we substitute this value, it turns out to be 8800. What is the unit? Kg meter square. Okay, so this is about the angular momentum of a system of particles. Now see, next is question we take related to the angular momentum. Now we know Earth is we consider a sphere. Okay, we have to calculate its angular momentum. Okay, now mass of the Earth is radius okay. Now we have to calculate angular momentum. Say Earth is a sphere, moment of inertia I is 2 by 5 mr square. 2 by 5 mass is 6 into 10 to 24. Now see, omega is the angular speed. Now see, the time period is 24 hours. Okay, time period is 24 hours. Now 1 hour second is 3600 second. So by using this, L is equal to I omega. Now we substitute the value I, 2 by 5 and omega is 2 pi upon 24 hours. Okay, we can value turns out to be 7.15. Okay, so this is how we can calculate angular momentum of the earth, the system. Okay, now see the next question. Now see a rigid body rotate about its axis. See time interval of 2 seconds. Omega 1 is 14 radian per second. In time interval of 2 seconds, angular speed changes by some value. Okay. Now, okay, it is given like this. See angular velocity and displacement. Okay, angular velocity is given as 14 radian per second and angular displacement is 24 radian at the end of 2 seconds. See what we have to calculate: initial angular speed also and constant angular acceleration. Okay, now see here it is given that it moves with a uniform or constant angular acceleration. Now during the theory part we have discussed the equation of motion with the constant angular acceleration. We derive this: theta is omega plus omega 0 by 2 into p. See, this is similar to that we have studied in the linear motion. Okay, now theta is given as 24 radian, omega is given as 14, omega 0 we have to obtain. Okay, yes. So this will be cancelled. 24 is equal to 14 plus omega 0. Radian per second. Now see, we have to calculate angular acceleration. Angular acceleration is alpha. Okay, alpha t. Okay, that is 40. Omega 0 is 10. Okay, this is how we can obtain alpha is 2 radian per second square. Okay, so this is how we can solve this answer. Now this is similar to what we have studied in the linear motion. Now see, a flywheel angular speed changes starting from rest. So angular velocity is 0, changes to 14,400 RPM. Now we know what is RPM, revolution per minute. So one revolution is 2 pi radian and minute we have to convert in second. Okay, 1 minute is 60 seconds. We can simplify. Okay, that turns out to be 80 pi. Okay, time interval given is 2 minutes. That is 60 seconds. What is the angular acceleration? So alpha is omega minus omega 0 upon t. Okay, omega we have obtained is 480 pi. Time is 120 seconds. So 480 pi upon 120. Okay, so angular acceleration we obtain is 4 pi radian per second square. Now this is about MCQ number 8. Now see next MCQ. See, a particle starts from rest and acquires an angular acceleration of 2 radian per second square in now the radius of the circular path is 2 meter. We have to calculate linear speed at the end of 6 seconds. Here see the particle is starting from rest and acquires the angular acceleration of 2 radian per second square in a time interval of 6 seconds. See the radius of the circular path or rotational motion is this 2 meter. What will be the angular speed? Now see omega is equal to omega 0 plus alpha t. That is a relation between angular acceleration and angular velocity. See starting from rest will get us value 0, alpha is 2 and time is 6. Now we have to obtain linear speed. See what we have discussed earlier. V is equal to r omega. Radius is 2. So the linear speed will be 24 meter per second. Now this one is rather simple. Now see the next question. Now the question says, suppose the radius of the earth is r and time period is t1. Now we assume no torque acts on it and suddenly shrinks such that radius become half. What will be the new periodic time? What will be the new periodic time? Now see here no torque act, so the angular momentum remain constant. Now see L is equal to I omega, that remain constant. That will be I1 omega 1 will be equal to I2 omega 2. Now see what is the formula? Earth we consider as sphere. Moment of inertia is given as I is equal to 2 by 5 m r square. So 2 by 5 m r1 is r omega 1. 2 upon 5 mass remains same. Now this we have to simplify. 2 by 5 is cancelled, mass is cancelled. See here it is radius r square by 4. So omega 2 is 4 times omega. Now see the angular speed is 2 pi upon t, where t is the periodic time. So we can write 1 upon t2 is 4 upon t1. So t periodic time t1 we are having, 4 t2 is t1. T1 we know it is given 24 hours.